Oh.
Hi, Brian.
Hello, Brian.
Hi.
If you can hear us. Oh, hello. He is notified the positive. There he is. Also, before we start, if you're introducing tonight, I just want you to make sure you raise your hand so we make sure we have you on the list. If you're introducing a dude for membership tonight, raise your hands. Okay. I'm just saying. Okay, we'll read through them. If we don't read your name, please let us know.
Yes, as they go by.
So we're just going to do it when it comes down to that time. Cool. All right, so we'll start this meeting. You guys have made a couple changes, so don't freak out too much. But it's all good. Dane, the first thing is finances.
Yeah, it is. All right.
Jackie, Dane, finances.
She talks. I am the third party one. Okay, so finances and payments are under. Our books are approved in November. You can request to look at our books by shooting treasurer's email if you're that interested. Otherwise, I post reports every time I do the books for a month. Come from our forums. You can find them there and ask me there, via email or whatever. Eventbrite classes in January. We brought in about $190. That was 3D printing and a like making class, which is brand new and cool.
Is that even here?
I know, but I wrote it fun. Membership changes since our last meeting. We're kind of weird. We added 6, but 5 of those were returners and 1 is new. We lost 4. 4 of those were folks whose PayPal's lapsed and didn't respond to emails. So if you're going to use a certain email for PayPal, make sure you check it so I can get in touch with you when PayPal barks on your account or if PayPal barks on your account. They do that anytime your card expires. If you don't catch that in time. And then we had 1 upgrade to which is our $100 membership as opposed to the $50. You get an extra bin and smoke satisfaction. Or you get some sponsors and and have smoke satisfaction.
Or hopefully.
I mean, yeah. We currently have 123 members, which includes family members who have gone through the process and have a badge. Our current bank balance is a little on the low side, and that is really good class. Our bank balance is a little on the low side, but largely because of the timing of expenses versus our income. Grants. We've had people come and go. If anyone really enjoys doing grant work, come talk to me. Because we need someone to work dedicatedly on grants, and I just don't have any brain cells up here. There weren't that many to begin with, and I don't have any left. This time next year, or January of next year, our rent is projected to be almost $4,000. Just keep that in mind. We just got our projection for the year. And at this time, we don't have 3 times our rent utilities in the bank, which is not a cause for super panic, but it's our end goal. Or our midstream goal is to have the security of having 3 times our rent utilities. We're working towards that schedule.
Oh, you didn't actually get the letter, it's actually. All right, so annual meeting. So that's our next big event coming up. Who here has been through an annual meeting?
Real quick, sorry, question first from Brian. I'll do the second first, Brian, if you don't mind. For comparison, our current rent is about $3,300. Yeah, it's about $3,300. That increases quarterly and in line with our needs. His other question was, anyone else in favor of crowdfunding an omnidirectional mic? In case he says he has one.
Well, I had one. I don't know what happened.
We'll hook you 2 up and get those kids together.
Hello, Nick. Hello, Will.
Right.
So if anyone's seen one of those,
Otherwise, we'll you can crowdfund one. Shoot treasure and email. I'll start printing it out now.
If somebody finds one that's actually good for this type of conference, please share. Not every USB mic is good for this kind of thing. We found that one out.
Do you plug in USB?
Sometimes. But it takes 3 tries.
So USB super.
So, any more questions? We're going to go on. All right, annual meeting. So, who has been to an annual meeting before? Who is vaguely aware that those exist? Okay. So every year we are required by New Singapore Minnesota to have an annual meeting. In this annual meeting, we do things like elect new board members. We also discuss the state of the lab, the future of the lab, our hopes, dreams, past, present, future. That is on March the 24th from 3 to 7 p.m. We're going to be putting it onto the forums and Slack and email for all of the information. If you want to run for board, we have 3 spots that will be opening up. These will be 2 independent spots, correct?
Yes.
Double checking people.
This is all part of the change in our bylaws that will be being
Upcoming,
ratified at the end.
you should read it. We'll stop. It's a good segue.
Yeah, I'll skip.
So there is an annual meeting coming up. We have 3 board spots open. They're 2-year commitments. One's going to sit in front of the class.
You just register. You're going to register.
I may be the only one who cares as a teacher, but that's the day of the March on Washington and the gun control, probably local ones. So it's a conflict.
Unfortunately,
It's set in concrete.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our current bylaws. Correct. Yeah. Our current bylaws ask us to have the meeting in March or as close as practical thereafter, and so we are adhering to our current bylaws. If you have any questions, let us know. But again, we're going to be posting more information very, very soon, so you guys can all look there.
And so what we're going to do, we have a couple posts of forums. One is the informational post. One is the nominations post. You can self-nominate. You can nominate the instructions that you have what some people like to do. We're also going to be emailing you now that we have a MailChimp set up. So sorry you didn't miss a couple of times. And then we're going to be posting our bylaws edits. The board had a retreat in January, and we've got time to do our bylaws and do a 5-year plan. So we made some updates to the bylaws because the last time they were worked on, we were 10 or 15. Some things have gotten a little dated. So those will be posted for you guys to review and then vote on to ratify or not ratify, we'll ratify it back. Find out, ask questions. Check that out. And if you want to nominate, that post will be there. You can ask us questions.
And speaking of, this wasn't on here, but I saw it and I figured out. Anyway, we did have the board retreat in January. And we actually accomplished quite a lot. We went through all of our bylaws, which are numerous. We also did some internal strategizing on how to, grow and maintain what. Okay. I thought you were going. Like no, we actually were there. We did things. Sorry, we took a weekend and did stuff. We actually got a lot done. We're trying to strategize on ways to grow and maintain the lab and to assess problems upcoming in our future, challenges, better term, and figure out how to get through stuff. If you guys have any more questions, you can see us directly on that. Next items. Hey, Treasury.
So,
There's requests to do modifying of recurring payments to donations.
yeah, so to catch everybody up, there was a discussion in Slack asking if people could modify their recurring donations to add extra donations on top of it. Like if you want to contribute to a user fund or a buy this cool, shiny, sexy thing fund or something like that. Right now, the way to do that, the easier way for everybody to do that, is to email treasurer at and with the amount that you want to monthly or by whatever the case may be, and you can send a specialized link. Coming up shortly, our job form that we already use for donations, where you pick what you're donating towards and how much it is. That's nice and easy for you guys. That goes with the file too. In the future, our job form is going to have a recurring option. The only reason I suggest both of those instead of modifying your is because you actually have to cancel and resubscribe. PayPal doesn't let you modify, so that you can't do anything to go behind your back and suddenly start charging you $500 instead of $50. And this way, you don't have to pay the membership. You can just donate but that question did come up, so I figured I'd put it on.
It also makes categorizing things simpler.
Yeah, well, it makes the books much easier, but I wasn't going to do that.
Please help make it.
Dave, it's you and Dave. Dave,
Okay, so are we still going to?
Yes.
So next weekend on Saturday at
6 p.m.
6 p.m.
After all the events clear out of here.
Jenny and I are going to sit down and kind of clear up our process. Because there's so many different ways to deal with the membership, to get badges activated, to make sure you're classified as a member, to put you on all the different places, forums, and various places.
There were suggestions in Slack for various software ways.
Right.
Just because we need a full comprehensive membership system. We don't have that.
It's been very hodgepodge for many years. And so we're going to try and do a workshop to figure out what it is that we need and if there's any software that's out there currently, Salesforce,
Recommended.
so we're going to try and test out some of those to see if they will meet our requirements. So if anybody's interested in the process and wants to understand the process and help with the process,
It's tough. It sounds kind of horrifically boring, but once you get past the requirements thing, it is working on the same requirements and process sounds boring. But once you get past that, it's the opportunity to work on software that drives space behind the scenes. And to do that, we have to tell you exactly what we're doing.
and that's process.
Sorry?
Learning process.
It's not a class, it's a workshop. It's the 24th at 6 p.m.
Nobody actually knows what we're doing.
Well,
So
nobody's
we're
gonna go-
all going to be learning together.
Well, so it's not a class, it's a workshop. We're gonna sit down, basically go, here's what we're doing right now, here's our requirements for a future system. Like things like, oh, you can't modify it sitting in the lobby on your phone because it's funsies. Or access control for the laser, or access control for the HOS, things like that all want to roll all into one system, all based on your badge and tied into all that kind of stuff. And then people have had so many suggestions that didn't quite work with Slack during the workday and that kind of thing. I want to get those written down and talk with various pros and cons. Like I remember one person was saying Salesforce would cover a lot of our needs. I know zero about Salesforce, but if he brings information to the meeting, the workshop, we can figure out if Salesforce would be a good fit and then kind of start to pursue that.
Or whatever software.
Or whatever. I'm using Salesforce for others opinion of mentioning what's happening. I want to get 4, 5, 6 different things to kind of play with and see if they work for us. Right now, everything's going well.
Just like I said before, it worked really well when we had 30 or 40 members, less so when we have 100. So the other thing, some of you guys are aware, we have internally we formed a secondary leadership team at FamiLab called the operations team. These people are very diligent at doing things that are operations of the facility, keeping silverware and toiletry stock, making sure stuff is clean, taking care of some of the membership tasks, making calendar and Eventbrite, and working on forms and introductions, member orientations, lots and lots and lots of tasks that all are time-consuming, very important tasks, and we thank them for it. If you're on the ops team, if you would stand up so you can be recognized, if you feel like you're recognized.
Half of our operations here.
I am standing, but you can't see me.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
You guys are great at following instructions. Cool.
Fantastic.
And these are the people who are maintaining the lab. So essentially what we're going to do is after, from this meeting and forward, we're going to essentially turn over the monthly meetings to the ops team to run after the formal board business which we've just gone through is done. So we're going to still take minutes and stuff, but we're going to just kind of help you guys get to know who all is on the ops team and have them help out with the team.
No, that's like really set up the room. All of the ops teams behind us.
I know.
Everyone's facing forward.
I'm hoping that one of them volunteers to come up to the front
Or
and
we can just have everybody.
So
But then
one more
we
thing
can-
to add onto the option stuff. Generally, the board isn't where you need to go for your first step of stuff. If you need something, the ops is probably going to be your best bet for getting it done in a relatively
Probably the question wasn't about policy procedure.
Yeah. If it's something that is broken in the lab, or you need to check on the calendar, or the out of toilet paper, or something like that.
The hot water's dead.
Yeah. Contact ops, you can tag ops team or staff, you can start typing it, you'll probably get it. However, we don't have, if you just post it somewhere, trust us. We are all in entirely too many channels, we'll see it. If it's an emergency, tag us. But we all have day jobs and do stuff and things, and we'll get to your business in like 2 days. We have to keep us. Yeah.
We have this sheet, which will be posted around the lab in various places. There are some minor updates we did to it just recently. We're going to print them up and put them around a couple places. It says who to contact. So instead of screaming to the treasurer or something because we're out of napkins, maybe look and ask, see who could better handle your request.
Is napkins good for money?
No,
Okay, then I'm not wrong.
but we're out of money. Always, yeah.
You know.
That's the way it always is.
Only the green ones.
Yeah, the green ones with numbers printed on the front. So anyway, if you haven't seen this sheet, there are a couple of them floating around the lab, and there will be ones posted probably later this week in conspicuous places around the lab. But it just basically says, for what do I need to do to contact when and where? Just gives you that information. So ops team.
All of us are sometimes on
Yeah.
Mine's on sale, if you didn't hear that.
So who on the ops team is leading the next sets of information?
Okay, so
Do you have the agenda?
I put the product lasers. I probably can make those, so I guess I'll take that. So, okay, that's pretty much fine. Well, Brian can't see you, and there's somebody else I can. I'll do this.
Do you not like Brian?
Somebody.
Hi, Brian. I am here.
Hi.
I don't know. I have no idea who it is.
Anyway, okay, so as pretty much everyone here knows, because it's been a problem for a while, our laser was dying, and then it was basically dead because it was supposed to be 60 plus watts, and we were getting 12, and then I tweaked the optics, and I managed to find another like 4 to 6 watts. It was so sad, and it wouldn't cut anything, and it didn't engrave stuff well. So everybody was awesome. We managed to crowdfund a YouTube. Everybody pitched in what they could, and over probably a week and a half, 2 weeks, we found that $1,800 we needed to get a new tube. So I pulled the old laser tube out, and we shipped it out last Friday. As soon as Epilogue had the tracking number, we were able to get a new one in progress, and we should be back up and running by this weekend. So thank you to everybody who donated to that. You're fantastic, and
We love you.
it's been asked a couple times. Unfortunately, although I think there are at least 30 people who would like to learn how to install and align the laser tube, you cannot all fit in the room behind the laser with me. So I will attach a GoPro to my face and document the process for you guys, so you can learn vicariously. Maybe if I can get some help, I can stream it or whatever.
Just take a cell phone stick with your Facebook Live.
Sure, that's fine.
You need two seats.
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay, if somebody helps me with that, I'll do it. Otherwise, it'll just get done. The laser will work, and then you guys can all cut. You can then laser cut a phone mount, so it'll hold 2 phones on my face for the next hour. Good.
Anyway,
So,
onward,
at that point,
onward.
somebody needs to buy me food or whatever. Okay, that's laser stuff. Any questions about that?
Thank you next year.
Yay.
Let's see, SEM. That's going to be a Dave.
So,
Hi everyone, I'm Dave. I'm one of the Daves. We've been talking about getting an SEM for a very, very long time.
what's an SEM?
It's scanning electron microscope. It is a extremely, extremely high resolution microscope that uses electrons instead of electrons. Limited by it's right outside the door, so after the meeting, if you're curious about it, let's go look at it now because I'm going to throw some stuff over it so it doesn't get all dusty. weighs a couple thousand pounds. We bought it from a guy who actually had a company that made X-ray spectrometers. So basically, you could put something in, and based on where the X-rays bounce inside, you can tell like it's got this much cadmium, this much iron, this much nickel. So it's basically like a mass spec. So it's kind of, he's a cool guy, so he actually is running one of those spectrometers in. Nice. Super nice guy. Really cool business up in Tallahassee. So we've got one there. I bought 3 units. One's here, 2 are in storage. Basically, the 2 that are in storage are used for parts. It's an old thing, but it's a cool thing. Weighs a couple thousand pounds, so don't go like trying to move it. It will splash you. It's currently right up there. We're trying to meet with Dave Woods to discuss what would be the best way to go about closing it. We don't really want to just out in the warehouse stuff. So the tentative plan is to move it to kind of right behind where that ham radio sign is there and build an enclosure for it there. How far that enclosure will extend over the discussion.
Catching up with the original.
The last thing on there is it's awesome.
Phone number, by the way,
It's also a number.
He's also you're the Inventors Council.
And we were trying to meet with them earlier today with their schedules. That's the thing. We'll be outside there. Catch me right after the meeting if you want to see it, and we can put a tarp over it, and then I ask if possible to go with it. Like even the fingerprint on the inside will be something that has to be asked for. Like, so it's not. What she said, please. But it's a cool thing. I'm assuming that this is a thing we want to do. If this is a thing that collectively we say it's taking up too much space.
No,
okay, but anyway. So that's the standard. The quick fight is the same thing. We had 2 giant mini freezers outside the door, and those are now gone. We recycled them. We got $50 for them, and we threw that in the cash. We are getting a new naked baby. It was scheduled for delivery today. That's been pushed back a week because it's 60. So that was supposed to be the cool thing for tonight, but it'll be the cool thing.
It's refrigerated to for highly biological sectors.
Hey, Dave, do you want to pass the torch to the next person on the board? Here's it.
I'm Ed, and I make knives sometimes, and Mike requested me to show these off. So I'll pass them around. You guys can take a look at them. They're made out of 1095 steel. The pattern that you see is a clay pattern that I put on there before heat treat, so it's differential hardening. The edge is much, much harder than the spine, and that allows me to make it nice and sharp. That doesn't need to sharpen as often, and it looks kind of cool that way. If you have any questions? Other questions? Yes.
How long does it take to go from raw steel plate to finished knife?
Way too long. Start to finish, probably a couple days. I love to do it that way, but I like to do it in batches so that it saves myself a lot of time. Henry Ford figured it out, so if you're at home,
So like 100 hours a knife?
maybe. I'm sure if I'm charging money for it, but more for fun than anything.
Also be careful of that plastic.
Yeah, please don't take the plastic off because I've already gotten bit by them a couple times.
So, Ed, if I wanted to learn about taking knives, where would I go?
I actually do teach a class every now and then. Not sure when the next one will be, but yeah. Taking it, keep taking it. There you are, and there it is. Stay taking it. It's fun. I try to get somewhat interesting at the same time. So yeah, I think it's like $35. It includes the steel. You want to block out probably about 3-4 hours of time, and then if you want to stay afterwards, that's up to you guys. But it's basically instructional. I teach you a little bit about how to do it, why you do it a certain way, where you get the materials from, what materials I use, and then you guys are kind of on your own with any questions, you come to me during the week or whatever. Yes. Yeah, I gotta figure out when I'm gonna do that. Yeah, we'll get it going. Got it? Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. I've been trying to learn that. Yes.
What is forge building and what is Damascus? Did you go get your props?
I don't have props.
You have to.
They're too heavy for you. So forge welding is basically you're taking 2 or more different types of steel, heating it up to at least 2,300 degrees. What I usually do is I did it once. You take stacks of it, weld it in the corners, alternating different types of steel. Heat it up to about 23 to 2,400 degrees, and then you kind of smush them together, twist it, cut it up, restack, depending on how you want the pattern to end up. Draw it out into a nice long billet that you then make a nice drum. It's really cool pattern.
Like with a pencil, you draw it out?
With a pencil?
Like you said, draw it out.
No, you flatten it out. With a hammer and an anvil. It's very
I make it sound more exciting
labor,
for you.
labor intensive. So yeah,
It's a lot of work.
it is a lot. Nick's been kind of experimenting with blacksmithing also, and it's a lot of freaking work.
Single quality. It is a lot of work.
And if you guys want to learn to do that, you're more than welcome to go back there and try it. But be prepared to sweat. It is hot. Yeah, and if anybody's interested, I am thinking about putting together some kind of crowdfund for a hydraulic forging press or a power hammer. The press that I really, really would like to get to the lab is about $5,000, but it's a 25-ton press, foot operated, brand new. So we don't have to fiddle with it, try to figure out what's wrong, troubleshoot, or anything like that. It just works. But
So
it's a lot of fun.
and what you're really saying is you want to a new hand crusher.
It will work perfectly for a can crusher. Yes.
The one was broken for a little bit there. This one won't break.
This will be like can crusher like 10.0. We'll just skip all the other steps.
All right, I do want to pass the torch.
I am passing the torch to Dana.
Okay, to start the sing, it's just a little project that I was working on. My daughter was working at home. We got the one working here and started using it. The symbol here first appeared on TV screens on September 15th, 1965. I was 7 years old. It excited me. The opening of the show called Lost in Space. Now, the thing I liked about it was that, for me, the launching this flying saucer from Earth was exciting, and I could think of it as something real. And the show itself, for me, was, I know the people that are into Lost in Space because I was in the club with them for a long time, and they loved Dr. Smith and the silly characters they had for aliens, but that wasn't so believable for me. In the late 90s, I built the first aluminum tread sections, the base of the B9 robot that was on the show. I built about a dozen pair. I took a pair to Ohio for Fright Vision, where we met with Bob May, who was the person who used to be inside that robot. He called me the robot one. From that little film he had about what we'd done. And so I built the tread sections, and I worked on some other things. And this idea really was something that was stuck inside my head because I liked that symbol of the flying saucer from Earth. And I had plans for a while to build one either 3 feet or 5 feet diameter that would be the top of a lamppost in my front yard. And we charged by solar during the day, and just after nightfall, it would start making flying saucer noise, which I would probably record off a lathe that I used to run. And I wanted to start pulsing and go about 6 feet in the air, and just, maybe with some rotating lights in the bottom, and just do that for a couple minutes, as long as the charge, about 50%, like that. And robots and flying saucers is my thing.
And so I also met the whole cast of Lost in Space, that was going live. The father used to be Zorro for Disney. He died in the 70s, but he wasn't still alive. But all the other ones they signed actually a side of my text sections. And I also I read 3 books on vacuum forming machines, and I built my own using the different ideas and my own ideas. And I vacuum formed the side panels that go on with that section. And so that's my Lost in Space story.
Very cool. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to run through our upcoming events for the next member meeting. Actually, through the whole next month, it looks like. There are a lot of them. I'm not going to read the dates. If you want the dates, just check our calendar on our website. Or the agenda posts in general, or our Slack classes and events channel, or a lot of ways. Upcoming events: Metal Shop 101, Raspberry Pi Jam, Membership and Access Control Workshop, Radio and Electronics Guild Meeting, Theater Discussion Night, 2 of them, Intro to TCP/IP and InfoSec Concepts. There are 3 of those in the next month. Every Sunday. Okay. Gainesville Mini Maker Fair, Palm Bay Mini Maker Fair, Security Night, Machine Shop Meetup, Learn to Solder, our open house as always, Second Saturday Multimedia on the second Saturday, Learn to 3D Print, Tabletop Game Day, the board meeting, another LAN party, and our annual meeting on the 24th. So, a lot of stuff going on in March, of March, yeah, not in a couple days. So yeah, so we have a lot of events coming up, and we encourage you all to attend, especially if you're a new member looking to know people. All right. Oh, hi, Chris. Yeah.
And not on the schedule yet, but Bio is going to have a class that is going to be an agar art class. Yeah. So we've got a number of strains of E. coli that are expressing different color pigments. So we'll be coming in, get plates, and we'll help you out with ideas for technique and style as well. And you can ink your dish with the bacteria.
Way to sell the class.
But then they go into the bigger for E. coli to grow up and express the pigment 24 to 48 hours later. When I beta tested here with my high school meeting, and it was at the caliber of kindergartners with the fat crayons. You recognize it.
It's a really good number.
Indeed. So that'll be sometime during.
Very cool. Did I forget anyone else's event? All right. Let's see a hand. Okay, so we have a couple of new members to introduce. Yeah, a couple of bunch. And if I don't say your name and you were planning on introducing tonight, please let me know. And it's we're not trying to be mean. It's just that we forgot. Okay.
Actually, I didn't vote.
Okay.
Cool. In no particular order. Yes, Dave. Amazing.
Just because folks were later, earlier you mentioned that you during the meeting with questions that kind of thing, for self-nominating.
Mm-hmm.
If someone is interested in being a board member, like that's what's a good way for them to find out more about it now and then? Because I think you know about it.
Oh, yes. So someone hit any button.
Holy shit.
Okay, cool.
Got it.
All right, sorry.
Yes, hit any button but the power button.
So if someone's curious about this and would like to learn more before the email blast goes out,
Come see us, or email board at FemLab, or come book me beforehand.
Or any board member or ops team member can direct the right people.
Or message and not board. Or
That one's slower during workday.
yeah. Show interest anywhere. We'll get you to figure out how get you the information you need. All right, in no particular order, and you're really all over the place here. Today we have a lot. We'll start with Stephen Erickson. Hi, Stephen.
Hey guys, my name's Stephen. I graduated from UCF last year. I studied mechanical engineering. I've known about you guys for a long time. I used to go to Maker Faire a lot. But back when I was at UCF, it was a bit of a drive, and we had some lab equipment there, which was okay, but it was free, so from the computer. Hello, online
Now
people.
you're on the internet.
I've got a lot of interests. I pretty much like making anything from laser cutting to 3D printing. I just ordered a 3D printer a couple months ago. I'm waiting on the new Prusa Mark III, so that'll be here in a couple weeks. So I'm really excited about it. But really, just there's so many great opportunities here. I'm looking forward to meeting all you guys, learning from all you guys, and making some really cool stuff with all of you. So yeah, come and meet me, and I'll come and meet you.
All right, a couple of quick questions for Stephen. You have 3 questions.
What do you want to teach us?
I do know some CAD modeling with SolidWorks, but I know that's expensive. So I really would like to learn something, with enough time to where I develop that skill and then I can give back by whatever that might be.
What's your favorite color?
Probably blue.
Probably blue.
Yeah, because it's the color your bandana.
The color's probably blue.
It's not a test.
I don't like one color more than another color. They're all great.
He's learned to suck up to Lily.
Wow.
You have a fandom of
that's always a good one.
you have a fandom of choice.
I watch a lot of anime. That's probably my big one.
Any specific ones?
Probably like some of the more action, thought-provoking ones. I go to a lot of the conventions like MegaCon and Holiday Matsuri. So my girlfriend's really into cosplay, and she's trying to convince me to do some for Kill la Kill. You haven't seen that?
Oh, yeah.
She and her friend are going to do Satsuki and Ryuko, and I'm supposed to do the teacher, the male teacher.
Well, I don't get girlfriend here to introduce, so she can be a member as well.
She's out of town. She's out of town. But I have brought her by. She majored in aerospace engineering. So she's knowledgeable about this stuff as well. And we agreed that we would sign up for both a membership here. Well, I would sign up for a membership here, and we would sign up for a membership at Avery, Rock Company, like 3 minutes away. It's a bit of a drive for us. We live in Avalon Park, but we figured if we have 2 reasons to come over here, we're twice as likely to go to both. So I'm hoping that if we come over, we're doing the rock climbing, and I'm here, and every day I'm like, yeah, just give me a couple more minutes. I'm doing something at Fan Lab. I'll eventually get her over here and get her doing something productive.
Those are lofty goals to get something productive done. Did you hear building swords?
I did make a wooden sword, and it's pretty fun. It's now like my thinking power stick. I just carry it around with me, and I don't know. There's just something great about having a sword. I mean, I always wanted one, and now I do, and it's great. I just carry it, and I'll play, like music from Hercules or something. It's just a great feeling. I highly recommend it to everybody. If you don't have a sword, please get it.
All right, sounds like dull. Thank you.
Yeah.
Working works like you should.
Yeah, that's the next step, the metalworking. You like the knife class, but maybe something on a bigger scale.
I'm sure Ed would be very interested in having you help them build something larger.
Yeah, well, I was telling him the other day I have some thermite that I've had for.
Oh, wow.
So,
I just had some in my garage. It's very good. It came down. Yeah. All right. All right. So thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Next on the list, Tasha. Can you tell us how to pronounce your last name, or can I just call you Tasha Yard?
It's on available. Weiniger.
Oh, no.
Well, yeah, it was covered. It's Weiniger.
Fair enough. Okay.
Let's probably try.
Is that your handle?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
So, Tasha, I'm her daughter. I run a Minecraft gaming community for families and stuff, and crochet, and I play a lot of games, and I'm you have to be a vegan. But actually,
Who's your favorite doctor?
I love it.
Huh?
What? Who's
You
your
are.
favorite doctor? 9/11. Which one?
4 or 13.
4.
I don't know anything about
Good
this.
choice. Oh, that's good. Yeah. That's the Christmas episode.
Were we counting from your doctor? I'm sorry, continue.
I make little creatures out of crochet. I made a board that was messed up looking. I think Brian actually I showed Brian because I was drinking and I made it. He was like really short and fat and he's messed up looking. I have a picture of it. It's really bad. So I make really bad crochet creatures and I'd be willing to teach people to make bad crochet creatures.
Nice.
Perfect. That's pretty much it.
All right, Nick. Chris has a question.
Would you be willing to head Minecraft server?
Good. I run 5 servers myself. I've been doing that for 6 years, and everybody, like, we have kids and adults and everything in between. That's like an 85-year-old grandpa that plays.
I think Lily has the next question.
Who's your favorite Ninja Turtle and why is it Raphael?
I do love Raphael, but it was Michelangelo. So the party table. Raphael is great though, so I guess.
There's another hand. Sorry, one more.
So when you crochet something, how do you manage to not make the eyes soulless and hungry?
You have to sing to it. You have to, you have to say, "You're my best friend, you're the best thing ever," and then you're happy.
I'll tell my wife everything she makes looks terrifying.
She's not singing to it.
All right, thank you, Tasha.
Hi, Brian.
You can blame Brian for having to stand up. I like blaming Brian. For 6 months.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Kira. I can teach people Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign. Teach people how to do shibori with indigo, which is Japanese technique. So tie-dye is David's term for it, but it's a lot cooler than that.
What do you like to do?
I'm really excited about that laser being fixed. And at the dark room, excited about getting in the dark room. Maybe learning some stuff like the CNC, be interesting, 3D printer, like that. Yes.
What do you want to make? Your first thing?
Something like the laser. The Illustrator files, right?
How about some questions for Kira? Questions. I'll ask the default. Your favorite fandom? Literary, movie, music?
Maybe French philosophy?
Indeed. Awesome.
I mean, there's somebody whose fandom is Anne of Green Gables, so nothing.
That's right. Hey, is the fandom shaming here?
Any specific philosophy?
Coco?
Not sure.
I'll be with it.
Questions over? More questions? Questions? What, Lily?
Favorite flavor of Kool-Aid?
Oh.
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 Are there flavors? I thought it was just red.
I thought it's sugar, and sugar.
My favorite flavor is
Was it green? I thought it was just a hair dye. Wait.
Yes.
Not gonna lie, the expectation was for purple.
All right.
You could also use this dye nylon.
Really?
Yeah, interesting. Anyway.
Yeah, like nylon 3D printed stuff. You can dip it in Kool-Aid and it tastes like that really well.
Does it taste good
That's
afterwards?
interesting.
I haven't licked it.
Like it.
Somebody experimented
Why have
with
you
the
not
weed.
licked it?
All right, thank you, Kara. Roger Klugas next. You can go next. What's your name?
Oh, I'm Jared. I'm Jared.
Okay.
And I'm not on the list.
I'm just kind of
Oh,
starting my process.
Well, you're right here. So go ahead. I'm sorry, Roger, wherever you are. I'm sorry.
This is my first time on the internet.
You will never live it down.
Yeah, okay, cool. So I'm Jared. I am Kira's husband, and I'm just kind of following her into membership because that's the way that it works, right? I do electronic music, build some synthesizer parts with Sean. You know, a lot of that stuff you showed me how to do. Sorry, Sean. Pointing to off camera, but I teach English at Full Sail. I like, you know, the music thing I already mentioned. Let's think. Anything else that I should tell you about myself? I mean, I used to teach audio editing for a long time too. So, anyone ever has Pro Tools questions, hit me up, I guess. Yeah.
What's your favorite band?
Trek.
I have a question for Jared.
Coach Sean. I'm not buying that filter, right? Yeah. No, good. Yeah.
But why do you hate electronic music so much?
Fantastic question. Mainly because when you bring your synthesizers to various maker fairs, children rub boogers on them.
And, do you have any shows coming up?
Yeah.
Maybe with friends.
Yeah, I'm playing a show with my friends of all electronic experimental music this Saturday, actually. And there's a secret password to get in. So that's fun.
Can we get the secret password?
Yeah, sure. If anybody knows, but like Sean and I host an electronic music night. We usually are at Little Indies every month. And it's, when I say electronic music, I should specify that it's instruments that in a lot of cases we've actually built. So a lot of like modular synths and things like that. But this month on the this Saturday we're actually playing at Black Star, which is a new club that opened downtown. And we're actually playing in the Garden, and our night is called Moloko Plus, which is from Clockwork Orange. So the password to get in is Velicet. So if you want to find out about that, like I'm sure, like email Sean or one of us can. I guess I should join the Slack. Yeah.
There's a particular style of electronic that you play?
Yeah. I do mostly like kind of generic techno myself, but I'm really into like ambient music too.
Okay. So you're like a Hearts of Space fan, Echo Space?
You got it. Yeah, Hearts of Space for sure. Yeah, all about it. Yeah.
Other question.
As an English teacher, what's your opinion on the Oxford comma?
Great question. I love it. So the Oxford comma is useful if you want to be understood. And that's the.
I heard the Oxford comma.
50 points for that. 50 points for that. No, I mean, we've all seen the hilarious infographics about JFK and strippers. Yeah, JFK and strippers. Yeah, that's the best one out there. So yeah. Good question. Thanks.
One more question for Jared.
What are you gonna teach us?
I think Lily was first.
People can just enjoy the classes too.
Are you or have you ever been a lumberjack?
Great question. I am descended from lumberjacks of various sorts in New Brunswick, but myself, I have not swung the axe on a professional level.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah, here.
All right, and now, Roger, are you here?
Yeah, just
the shrub. No. All right, we're passing Roger. Only once, 3 times. Okay. Ricky Starr. Ricky, you got some explaining to do? No. No. Okay. No, Ricky.
I understood that reference.
Jay, with an N on your last name. Jay. Is there anyone named Jay here? John. Nick Stewart.
These chairs need wheels.
So just so you guys know, this J person, I wasn't just saying it just to be mean. It's NIBHANUPUDY.
It's probably better that you didn't try.
Yeah.
Just end straight.
Hi, Nick. Nick, been around for about a month now. I got the one lady working over in the metal shop.
hoping to pair with the other Nick to kind of help him out, take some load off, maybe teach metal class or something. So real into all the metal work and real into cars.
So that means that the correct answer, if you need help in the metal shop, is still ask Nick.
Really, the question is, what are we gonna rename Nick to, or are we just gonna number him?
Or are you
Have a
okay with
nickname.
hearing Nick like every
I can actually set up a Nick group on Slack.
What's your
handle? Yeah, what's your handle?
Just Nick Stewart.
Hey, we have a photo. No one can complain about the name. Photo attached.
Can I just say that Nicks aren't very creative with their handles on Slack?
Clearly not. It's a Nick that you wouldn't understand.
So what do you do when you're not here?
When I'm not here, I'm currently restoring a 67 Mustang. So that's been a lot of the coupe.
Numbers match?
Not
Not anymore.
Used to be.
What numbers don't matter.
I figured out there was a rear-wheel drive Ford from your picture, but I couldn't get closer to that. I didn't say that though because I didn't want to feel embarrassed. But I didn't know what it was. He posted a picture of like an empty bare frame of the car with no motor and no interior in it. And he was like, "I've got this that I'm working on today." I was like, "What the heck is that?"
It's a car.
No, it's part of a car.
It's a car. Rusty.
Questions for Nick though? I mean, other than.
I got Nick Toe, like Klaatu Barada, Nick Toe.
Sure. Okay.
Just
Do you have a question for Nick? Would you like to ask him something?
that was the question. How do you feel about us calling you that? Yeah.
There's two over here.
Go ahead.
I got nothing yet. I don't know something.
So when I complete my pipe dream of putting my element.
No, what happened? Sounds like they got disconnected. I'm poking them to reconnect.
Yeah. So my drive has been really entertaining. Had somebody in my blind spot stay there and almost cause an accident. So how have you been, man? Healing?
Yep. Stuck at home though.
Yeah. Been able to work and everything from home?
Not yet. Too many doctor's appointments still.
Gotcha.
So, maybe in the next, probably somewhere between the 8 and 12 week mark, I'll be able to go back to work, or at least work remotely.
True. When do you think you're be able to eat cheese?
5 weeks ago.
100, maybe 50.
Hello again.
Freaking computer.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I got a couple of 20-foot diameter. So
The aliens didn't come and get them. I guess they did.
I've been able to do the cheese thing since immediately after the surgery.
True.
I've been eating pizza like every single meal for 6 weeks now.
That's awesome. Can't wait till I am moving closer to Familab or closer to work. Like, I'm already closer than I was before, but I'm still pretty far from either. So other than pizza, what cheesy item has been on the top of your list that you've been able to eat?
Grilled cheese.
No cheese quesadilla or anything like that?
Not yet, but I have done grilled cheese and macaroni and cheese fries and cheeseburgers and milkshakes and ice cream and pizza rolls and hot pockets and pizza.
What did they do? I wonder if Dave somehow got blocked. I was up there the other night playing games on my gaming machine, and I had Discord up and running, and I kept getting blocked by the network. It was frustrating.
Yeah. Well, Jamie is giving a commentary in general, effectively transcribing.
Yeah, I can't do that. I'm driving.
Yeah. You'll at least be able to read back over it.
True. I'll be there soon enough anyway.
Yeah. And I will try and stop in occasionally midweek when I know nobody, or very few people are at the lab.
True.
Because I'm allowed to do that now.
Yay. Yeah, my schedule has me off Thursday and Friday, so I'm gonna start going up to the lab Wednesday night, possibly Thursday night, playing games up there.
Right.
I do. I'm actually going to be playing with these two gentlemen this Saturday.
Hello again.
Belisat. What are you looking to make?
Honestly, probably art stuff at first, but I'm into a lot of stuff. So
Tattoo machines to make your coworkers jealous?
Yeah, probably some tattoo machines.
Bobby.
I'm definitely done
Make
with
Bobby
that.
jealous. Dave and Steven, right? Yeah, you take your pick. You go first.
How do you feel about doing some egg art next month?
Actually, that sounds really cool. I was excited to hear that's a thing. Yeah.
What's the worst tattoo request you've ever
I get bad ones all the time. I've done
question slightly. Two-part question. Worst placement and worst art.
Oh man. I've done so many your names on people's asses. Just somebody's ass. I've done. Was it like a year ago? A couple guys came in. They wanted matching camels on their toes.
Wow.
Like I've had to tattoo penises on people. Like this was
Like, have you
amazing.
tattooed a?
No, I have not. Nobody can afford my handling fee.
Thank you, Zach. Who was next? It might be hard to top it at this point.
Yeah, I can't follow that. So my name is Dietrich. I'm going to be 38 this year. I've never been a part of a hackerspace or anything like that before. I'm not much of a fabricator, but I am a software developer. And I've been, I guess, my claim to fame would be I graduated in 1987. That's going on the resume. But no, I did, grow up around. My dad was an electronics technician, passed last March, and he left behind so many tools to me. I don't even know what half of them do. So I'm here to learn what they do and how to use them. And I'm really excited about getting a chance to meet all of you and to learn as much as I can from you guys. There's a lot here that would be really cool to learn, but I'd like to start with the electronics lab in the back. I just bought an Arduino and I'm playing around with LEDs and doing the best I can, just getting started with it. And I'm passionate about software. I'm a software developer, so I work at this like social network site that kind of, it's going. I work with this guy here, Mike, and great too. So I'm let's see what else.
I have a question.
Sure.
How did you hear about FamiLab?
Mike actually, yeah. Yeah, I've been interested in. I was actually watching a documentary about hackerspaces online. I think it was on Netflix, and the ones in New York and stuff. So I didn't really know that this was even.
Please tell us more about this documentary on hackerspaces. I've never heard this one.
Well, it's about they actually have a bite gang attached to it where they where they come in and hack on bikes and then people come and take them out and ride them, and that's kind of an interesting thing. But I guess I have a 5-year-old daughter and I have a cockapoo. She's a Cocker Spaniel Pit Bull mix. So I'm a dog guy.
Nice.
And yeah, that's it.
Awesome. Thank you. Any more questions?
What's your language of choice?
Well, I program in JavaScript, but I've met a lot of. It's not typed. It's not strongly typed. I like better like PHP.
PHP is acceptable.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's C. So.
Yeah.
One more question. Clients. No more questions? Any more questions?
Favorite color?
Answer both at the same time with the same response.
What was the first one?
Your favorite color and favorite fandom, and you have to answer them with a single response.
Wow. I guess to let you guys with the current season, I'd say I'd say this question has put me into code black.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Fair enough. Yes. Thank you. That was very aggressive, actually.
You should definitely watch the Orville instead of Star Trek.
Orville's great. Mike turned me on to it.
Hello. And you are? My name is Michael. You're also a Michael.
God, another one.
I am a Michael.
Like Dietrich said, I work with Dietrich at NetChosen. I'm their DevOps. I've got a background. I know, right? I've got a background in Java. I'm 10 years Java developer. I've got a background in automotive, electronics. I've got an engineering degree in electronics. Let's see. I've got a computer science degree, of course. I've got welding equipment, woodworking tools,
just about anything that you have here in the lab except a mill. I don't have space for a mill machine at home. So I'm just kind of come across this online. I got involved with the Melbourne Makerspace and started hanging out with them, but it's a 2-hour drive down there for me from Orlando to work, which almost undoable. We work over on Lee Road, so this is right by going home. I live in Pedestal. Yeah, we talked about that.
I see a carpool coming soon.
But I started dealing with the other makerspace. I like the idea of the community and interacting with everybody and coming up with new ideas. That's the hardest thing for me to do at home, is to come up with an idea to build a new technology I want to play with. So just being here involved with everybody allows me access to their brains and to the Barbie cars, that sort of thing. It entices me. Recently, most of all, I've been playing with Go with it. Absolutely. Recently, I've been playing with Arduinos and want to get into controlling stepper motors and CNC, that sort of stuff.
So you said you've done a lot of electronics. Have you had to put the smoke back in?
Never found a way to do that. When you do, you can make a lot of money.
Yeah, exactly.
Just have to catch it really quickly.
They do make a product you could buy, like the smoke replacement.
Other questions for Mike?
What did you say you want to build?
What do I want to build? I don't really have a goal to build anything in particular right now. I've just everything. Current project is creating a Wi-Fi based Arduino garage door. So I'd be playing with the electronics and the Wi-Fi mod. I've actually bought the Wi-Fi module came in last week, so it's just a matter of programming it, exposed to it.
Might I recommend a different path? Look at the ESPs.
The one I've got is ESP01.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well, the A266s get a lot more power and do a lot more stuff.
The module that I've got, it's got an A266 set on it.
Nice. Other questions for Mike? Siraj has a question. He's got his hand up. Do you have a question for Mike?
What's your new name?
Boss.
Boss.
Boss?
Boss. BOSS.
So many bikes.
Your first, the first thing you listed on your resume there was automotive. What's your degree of experience there? What'd you do?
I've been injected motors.
Import or?
No.
All right.
Do you help put it into your vault?
I'm trying to make the questions, all right?
I've actually got a weekend project I'm working on right now for another gentleman in our church, and we're putting a 454 in one of those trucks. It's injected motors. So.
Nice.
Is the truck heavy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What? Other question?
Injection?
It's injected. It's rail injected, I guess.
Multi-port.
Yeah.
Factory ECU or
Everything's factory right now. It's a project for him. It's not something we're actually souping up.
Yeah.
If you want to soup it up, just talk to Chuck. He's been making custom parts now.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we have a guy who's a Fiero aficionado, and he makes lots of very custom assemblies for his Fiero.
I actually had a project I wanted to do one time where they take the Lambo bodies and put them over on the Ferreros and put the Cadillac motor in them. The North Stars.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Engine of Hero.
Wow.
It moves.
All right, thank you, Mike.
Absolutely.
We're not at the limit yet. Sorry, Mike.
They actually called me Jesus when I was in the hospital. So
There's a story there.
Yeah, there's a story. But yeah, I used to be a member at Factor.
What's your name, though?
Oh, Miguel. Did I not say that?
No. You said your name was Jesus at the hospital.
But yeah, I've been a member at Factor for a while, and I help people out with the laser engraver over there. I'm a woodworker by trade. I studied carpentry down in South America. I actually haven't really utilized my woodworking certification other than my jewelry like this, and I do like a lot of different artwork and go to music festivals, travel around the country, and I set up ready for Okeechobee Music Festival coming up next.
Suraj.
Yeah, Suraj was actually at the first one.
Suraj is going to Okeechobee as well next week. Yeah. He mentioned he's going to be there next week, and I'm like, I know someone else who's going to be there.
Yeah, I'm going there. And then you mentioned Black Star. I'm actually going to be helping build some cool stuff over there for the venue and whatnot. And I'll be at your guys' show on Saturday. So that'll be dope. And yeah.
So what's your favorite fandom? Scott skipped a couple times.
So fandom is like, can you explain that?
Anything you're really into, whether it be like literature or a TV show or a film or movies or comic books or
Bible
or artists or what?
Not really into like anything like super big aside from like my family, my son.
Cool.
I just like to spend time with them.
What's Factory?
Factor. It's another makerspace out in like this area. I was there for a little bit. Kind of changed. I knew about FamLab for a while, but it was always kind of like a little bit more of a drive for me. But where I live now, it's like just kind of like a straight shot.
So you're not banned or anything.
Would you be open to teaching woodworking classes?
Yes, I would definitely be open to that. Like I do custom orders for people for pretty much whatever they want. Like whatever idea that people bring to me, I'll attempt to either make it or there's another option.
Do you stabilize wood?
Stabilize wood?
Yeah.
As in
like impregnating it with resin so that it doesn't expand if you trap?
Yes, I do that a lot. That's what I do like every single day. I actually got trays of pendants sitting on right now that are getting ready for next week's event. So,
would you like to make knife handles?
I actually would, yeah. I'm going to take one of your classes for sure. I got a buddy in Ocala that makes knives, but Ocala's ways of drive.
Yes.
I'm going to be here like every night. Probably pass to sleep on the couch, so.
Cool. Other questions for Miguel? No more? No more? Dave?
Did they hear perfect trade earlier? Like, you actually like ring walls?
Studied in South America. I got really fortunate, and my cousin was she was like the professor's favorite student, and I went into to their course when they were already like a year in, and I did it for about 7 months, and they like really liked me a lot, helped out with like fixing the tools, and we just built a lot of stuff for the community over there because we were in kind of like a little bit more poverty area, so we would repair a lot of like local people's things like their doors. We did like framing for the doors, windows, beds. We did like shoe shining stands for people that do shoe shining over there, and then after that, I actually started getting into online social media marketing. I started doing freelance graphic design work while I was living down there. I didn't really go out too much, so I was on the computer a lot. And then I ended up kind of drawing my way into started kind of utilizing that to my advantage. And for about a year, I was selling like novelty gym apparel online. It was going pretty good until Facebook changed their algorithm, and that kind of died off. And the page is still there, and I still get offers for people who want to buy it, but kind of holding on to it, maybe utilizing it one day, maybe not. But right now, I'm really focused into like the music thing, and I got this really good opportunity with the new owner of Black Star and whatnot, and possibly going to be having a shop on site over there and helping them build like a lot of art installations. And I want to get into building more like stages and like really, really big things. I built for a festival a year and a half ago. We built some like bamboo archways and like a bamboo temple, and we did like a bamboo gazebo and stuff like that. So I want to kind of get more into that, and then like family, kind of like get a little involved.
Very cool. Thank you. Thank you very much. Any more? Is anyone else new? Is this your first member meeting? Yes.
Yeah.
No, other than the people who already introduced. Because we had some people come to one a couple times ago. They're like, oh, I didn't know we were supposed to introduce tonight. Like, oh, okay. So cool. What?
I'm new.
The other Nick is not new. If you introduce tonight, please make sure you see David so he gets your names and emails and photo.
Also, the last 3 or 4 people, I don't have a laptop. The last 3 or 4 people did not fill out the application, so I don't have any documentation other than
What's in
here.
minutes right now.
Yeah, so please, please make sure you see Dave if you have not see Dave anyway. If you introduce tonight, see Dave, and we'll make sure that you're on in the process and the list. We have no members that are confirming tonight, being confirmed in. So since you had a lot tonight, we hope all you guys will be confirmed by the next meeting, and you will move from provisional to full member status. Anything else for the official agenda? Any question?
So we were trying to do the confirmation tonight.
Okay.
Because we were the people that did miss the one.
Did we have testimonies for them?
I have a couple of testimonials. I have 2 for you guys.
So we'll see Dave afterwards, and we'll see where we're at on that. These 2. Yeah, we yourself count. So. Okay.
Ignore my continuing face.
I'm a terrible person. Okay, I guess that's the end of the meeting for tonight. Thank you all. Again, please see Dave if you enter tonight. If you don't, we don't know you. Thank you all. Go make cool things. 3, 2, 1, break.
Thank you, Brian.
I really have to go to see my sister.